Hello everyone. As the civil services mains are fast approaching, of course you will have less than 3 months time by now from now. So from Dr. N. Sridhar IAS Study Circle, we will be offering a unique Q&A program. Of course the syllabus will be covered, but it will be taught in a Q&A mode by an expert faculty, Lakshmaya sir, for the purpose of your understanding, and details will be explained by Lakshmaya sir himself, and please see and suggest you think of it so that it will be useful to you, because writing in Q&A mode is very important. Understanding how to write, what to write in the limited time holds key to success. So over to Lakshmaya sir on the details of the program. Thank you.
Hello, my dear friends. This is Lakshmaya. Today we are going to discuss the strategy to score more marks in UPSC through anthropology. Before starting the class, I would like to share you 3 important points why anthropology is more important for your UPSC point of view. Number 1, it is the most easiest paper to score more marks because of its science related segment. So as most of the questions are science related, most of the topics are science and factual related areas. So you can able to score more marks particularly because of its science related segment. For example, if you look at some of the few questions like primate evolution, what are all the skeletal modifications that has been occurred to a man to be converting from the quadrupedal to bipedal? So that skeletal modifications, if you can able to draw the diagram, so what are the modifications that have been occurred for the spinal cord, vertebra, okay, hip and skull. So if you can able to draw the diagram and if you can able to keep the information within 12 points, you can able to score 80 to 90% of the marks. Can you imagine in any optional scoring 80 to 90% of the marks for a single question, which is highly unimaginable. So scoring is extremely high if you can able to depend upon anthropology as an optional. Number 2 is predictability is extremely high. So the repetition will be there, and if you can able to go through the questions of last 10 years or 12 years, last 10 years previous papers will able to help you to score maximum number of marks, and these marks will help you, these questions will be repeatedly appear in the UPSC mains. So there is no second thought about that, because the examiner has to go through those areas only. There is no second alternative for that. And so you may ask, so even though these questions are preparing, why most of the students are not scoring the marks? Because the area, all these areas are such a stagnant, such a powerful areas. If you can able to, the answers are common. If you can able to quote from the anthropological or anthropologist perspective, that segment, that particular area, now those areas can be extremely useful. So that is the second area. Third, why you need to take anthropology as an optional is, this optional will be definitely useful to score more marks in general studies, and your thought provoking process and your thought process will be entirely changes if you prepare anthropology as an optional. And moreover, your personality test or interview dimension can also be increases if you are preparing as an option, if you are taking anthropology as an option. Why? Because everything is there in this anthropology. Biology is there, science and technology is there. If you look at the history is there, geography, polity, sociology, almost all the dimensions have been included into this in the anthropological perspective. Hence, if you can able to prepare anthropology as an optional, the success rate is extremely high. Okay, not only for optional paper but also in overall general studies approach. So these are the 3 points why you need to take anthropology as an optional. So today I'm going to share you one small model answer. So which is very easy for you to understand. So with that you can understand why this anthropology is most popular and more scoring optional. So let me open your PDF. Number one, this is 2019 question. So the question is like this. Briefly explain the welfare schemes to the PVTGs. PVTG stands for particularly vulnerable tribal groups. So our approach to the anthropology is extremely different because we are going to make a synopsis for each and every question. So through the synopsis, you can have a extraordinary view about that particular thing. Second thing is the view and the development of the things, or you may not able to forget about the question if you can able to make the synopsis. So what are PVTGs? PVTGs are nothing but the particularly vulnerable tribal groups. There are four parameters or four conditions to consider a group as a particularly vulnerable tribal group. So, what are the four conditions that are needed for a tribal group to be considered as a particularly vulnerable tribal group? Number one is pre-agricultural level of technology. So, the technology used in these particular tribal societies, it must be before the agricultural. So, if you observe the cultural development, so for example, in the technological development or economic development, so before the industrial development, we can see the agriculture. Before the agricultural level of technology, fishing and hunting is one of the important technology. So the technology used by these tribal groups, if it is completely pre-agriculture level of technology, that technology can be extremely, which is a primitive. So for using tools or for hunting the animals, for harvesting the crops. So if these people are using all the technologies which are pre-agriculture level of technology, that is the most important area. Number two is low level of literacy. As these people are depending extremely on, as these people, so as these are away from the normal society, so the literacy level is extremely less. It will be at around 20%. Number three, economic backwardness. So there is no economic activities for those people because most of the system is barter system, exchange mechanism. So the currency is extremely low. So use and throw. So whatever the natural resources for needed for those people, they will be using. So for example, if you take the case study of Asura and Birjia tribes, so every day is an celebration for those people. So for marriage, for death, for birth, everything is an occasion for those people. And the entire tribal group will try to celebrate because there is no economy, and the preservation of the economy or storing the money is no concept in that particular area. Hence, economic backwardness is one of the important area. Last one is nothing but declining or stagnant in population, which is less than 1. Okay, so the population growth rate of this particular society is extremely low. So because of this declining or stagnant population, these people are unable to increase the population, and the human resources are extremely depleted. So these are the four parameters to consider a tribal group as a particularly vulnerable tribal group. In 1973, so these particularly vulnerable tribal groups was first observed by, the concept of PVTGs was first observed by an anthropologist called as UN Thaber, and he proposed these people are away from the regular tribal groups. The problems of these tribal groups are extremely different. So as the problems are entirely different, they must be perceived, and the solutions for these problems must be observed on a different dimension. So in 1975, the government of India, Union government, has announced 52 groups as PVTGs, and in 1993 they already they extra added 23 total groups, which make total 75 tribal groups as particularly vulnerable tribal groups. In 2006, they were renamed as particularly vulnerable tribal groups. So this is the one. So see how much simple this information. So this is the way how to score more marks and how to get maximum amount of information. So you can answer the things on an extraordinary. So Today, throughout India, there are 75 particularly vulnerable tribal groups. So out of these are located in 18 states and one union territory with a total population of 30 lakhs. So this is the important information. So if you want to see what are the best examples of about these particular tribal groups, you can mention some of the tribal groups also. So in Andhra Pradesh, you can see Chenchu and Kon, okay, Kolam, and in Andaman and Nicobar, you can also see the presence of certain tribal groups like Jarawas, Onge, Sentinels, Champens are the certain tribal groups. So these tribal groups are also attacked by the COVID-19, coronavirus 19 in May 2020. So these are some of the few examples you can quote in your answer. So this is the entire list of the 75 particularly vulnerable tribal groups which are located in 18 states and one union territory, and the total population comprises of 30 lakh population. So what are the major schemes that are being launched by the union government for these particular people? Number one, creation of the special health centers for PVTGs beyond the national health mission. So the creation of special health centers. So through these special health centers for PVTGs, okay, so even though the national health mission is there throughout India, so to certain areas the national health mission may not be able to reach. So to that extent, to those areas, these special health centers for these PVTGs has been created. Second one is improving the infrastructure for healthcare facilities. So improving the infrastructure, medicine availability, and the availability of the equipment at the centers with the manpower. So understand this. So equipment is available, infrastructure is available, medicine is available. If these three are available without manpower, it is meaningless. So these three things along with the manpower is one of the important things. Third one is 100% screening for the diseases like sickle cell anemia and overall health status with issuing of health cards. So the health cards are being issued on a larger scale. Okay, 100. So this screening of the genetical disorders is very important thing for the forecasting the genetical disorders like sickle cell anemia, thalassemia, so which can be easily prevented among the tribals. Next, fourth one is nothing but 100% health facility coverage for pregnant mothers and immunization and immunizing the children. Okay, so next, fifth one is nothing but training and engagement of local educated people. This is with reference to the employability. So you can also make a small segregation. So a health related program, education related programs, and employment related programs, so that you can make a very divergent or separate paragraphs or separate points for these areas. So training and engagement of local educated people with special intensive to attract other good teachers. So even for teaching purposes, so whoever are coming to the teaching purpose in those areas, those people should be having a proper training. So the handling the children of particularly vulnerable tribal groups is entirely different to that of the other societies or civilized societies. So the reason is their language is different, and you need to be very much patient to convince their parents to send their children for the schooling. And sixth one is nothing but other educational measures. Some of the educational measures should be given to train the students. So before, for example, some children is willing to join to the school. So by that time he may cross 9 years or 10 years. So you need to provide special flexible schooling mechanism and special coaching before the start of new session, and special focus on dropouts. Those dropouts are very, very important. So those dropouts must be brought back to the school, and regular health checkups at schools. So they must perform the regular checkups at schools. And seventh one is nothing but to enhance livelihood. This is completely with reference to the livelihood mechanism. So to generate income for the PVTGs on a long-term sustainable basis. So by an equal focus on both genders. So gender disparity should not be there, and the economic activities must be happen. So here, through all these measures, so how they has to be done is nothing but, you can see here, being located in remote habitats. As they are located in the remote habitats, the major objective of the scheme is to adopt a habitat development approach. The approach of this uplifting these PVT is nothing but habitat development approach. What is literally meant by habitat development approach? Habitat development approach is nothing but the approach which is meant for enhancing the skills of the individual. So the people where the residential developments or infrastructural developments and eliminating the vector-borne diseases. So this is called as habitat development approach. So for the sake of habitat development approach, you need not to destroy their culture. So that is one. Habitat development approach in order to improve the quality of life without retaining. So while retaining the culture and heritage, while retaining culture and heritage of those people, the habitat development approach must be followed. So that is one of the important unique feature about this particular people. So that with this you can make the conclusion answer about this particular area. So these are all the various schemes. How this, so animal husbandry, construction of link roads, installation of the non-conventional sources of energy for lighting purposes like solar and wind, geothermal, social security including one scheme launched by the union government like Janashri Bima Yojana, social security schemes like Janashri Bima Yojana or any other innovative activities meant for the comprehensive socio-economic development of PVTGs has been kept under these welfare mechanisms. So these are the most important areas for approaching this particular area. So I hope you understood the concept. So anthropology is a very easy and very important, simple topic where you can easy to understand, very interesting to read, and most of the topics will be covered as well as merged in your general studies. So this is the way of approach which we are going to discuss in anthropology. So thank you very much. We'll discuss in another session.